The golden dome of the great church catches the pale light of a dying dawn. Mist clings to the cold stone of the Theodosian walls, shielding the city from the restless sea. Beneath the heavy velvet drapes, the air in the imperial chambers grows thick with unspoken malice. Eunuchs pace the marble corridors, their soft footsteps swallowed by the shadows of flickering oil lamps. A single drop of hot wax hits the floor, signaling the start of another long night of treachery. Silence reigns in the throne room, broken only by the rhythmic scraping of quill against thick parchment. Secrets pass between masked informants, whispered in the hidden alcoves of the palace. The ink of a forged decree dries, sealing the fate of a man who once called the Emperor brother. Guards clad in polished iron stand motionless, their eyes fixed on the heavy doors leading to the gynoeceum. A thick tapestry ripples, betraying the presence of a silent listener concealed in the dark. Gold coins pass from trembling hands to the palms of those who hold the keys to the deep dungeons. In the harbor, a galley waits, its prow pointed toward the jagged and desolate islands of the Marmara. A sudden knock disturbs the quiet of a bedchamber, sending a sharp chill through the occupant. Strong hands seize the pretender, dragging him across the cold stone floor toward an unknown doom. The moon hides behind a thick cloud, casting the imperial city into deep and sudden gloom. Iron bars grind shut, muffling the desperate and futile pleas of a fallen noble. A surgeon sharpens his bronze blade, the metal glinting with a sharp, cruel edge in the candlelight. Holy relics look down from the gilded icons, their painted eyes witnessing the impending sacrilege. The stone basin is prepared, waiting to catch the heavy price of a shattered ambition. Steam rises from a bowl of hot water, thick with the pungent scent of bitter herbs and dread. A prisoner is strapped to the table, his breath hitching as he senses the impending void of darkness. The light of the torch casts long, dancing shapes across the cracked, vaulted ceiling. A cold hand reaches out to hold the victim still, firm as a deep winter frost. The sharp point of the needle hovers, a harbinger of the permanent darkness to come. A scream is smothered by a damp, woolen cloth, stifled before it can reach the ears of God. The cold steel enters the flesh, precise and unforgiving in its grim task. Crimson blood stains the white linen, marring the perfection of a fine royal robe. The light fades from his eyes, replaced by the eternal stillness of a ruined sight. He is no longer a man of status, but a broken vessel cast aside by the iron will of the state. The surgeon wipes his bloody hands, indifferent to the tragedy carved upon the face of the condemned. A decree is read in the forum, proclaiming that the sightless cannot hope to hold the golden scepter. The crowd listens, their faces masked by pervasive fear and a primal hunger for survival. Guards drag the former contender toward the docks, his spirit now as hollow as his vacant eyes. A small boat departs, carrying a broken shadow toward a life of unending penance. The monastery walls are thick, built to house both the devoutly pious and the utterly forgotten. Stone arches rise toward the sky, holding the immense weight of centuries of regret. A heavy bell tolls in the distance, marking the hour of prayer for the spiritually damned. A rough cowl covers the man's face, hiding the scars that serve as his new identity. He walks the quiet cloister, guided only by the cold stone walls and the fading memory of the light. Candles burn low, casting flickering shadows that seem to mock his total blindness. The scent of sweet incense hangs in the damp air, a futile attempt to mask the pervasive smell of sorrow. He reaches for a wooden cross, clutching it with fingers that have never known the true weight of power. Back at the palace, the emperor sits upon his golden throne, his face as inscrutable as polished marble. A new advisor whispers in his ear, promising loyalty that will surely wither away in time. Silk fabrics rustle as the court bows in unison, a wave of hollow submission to the imperial crown. The sun sets over the dark Bosphorus, turning the restless waters into a sea of liquid fire. Rats skitter through the dark basements of the city, completely undisturbed by the lethal machinations above. A secret letter is burned in a silver tray, its contents vanishing into a cloud of gray ash. The ghosts of the fallen haunt the corridors, whispering of a cold revenge that will never manifest. Winter wind howls through the narrow streets, chilling the weary bones of the city. A grieving widow weeps in the silence of a hidden chapel, her prayers falling on unyielding stone. Life continues for the masses who learn to look away from the guarded doors of the powerful. Every imperial success is bought with a hidden price, paid in the dark currency of blood and exile. The empire expands its borders, even as its heart grows colder with every passing political purge. Time blurs the faces of the losers, washing their names from the official imperial lists. The foundations of Constantinople rest upon the buried bones of those who dreamed much too high. Sovereignty is a brittle, golden mask, easily shattered by the sudden force of a desperate strike. Night covers the city once more, hiding the fresh scars of another bloody political victory. The cycle of the crown remains unbroken, fueled by the relentless and cold machinery of the palace. History remembers only the names of the emperors, while the blinded fade quietly into the eternal night.